Hey guys, Russian-born American here, and today I want to talk about a topic that everybody I'm sure has seen, everybody has heard about. People are split, but we all know who's really right here. Let's talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I think that's how you say his name. Um, so was the shooting that he did murder or self-defense? Because I'm pretty sure we all know, especially viewers of this channel, know what it really was. I lean to the side of self-defense because it was a murder. He was defending himself from three people. One was a convicted pedophile that couldn't be anywhere near minors, who was charging at him, who threw a bag that had something in it. Some say it was a brick, some say it was a Gatorade. In the original video, it looked like it was a Molotov. We can't tell, obviously, because of how grainy the video was. But in the original video, it looked like a Molotov, and later photos, it was a bag. So he throws that at Kyle. He runs towards him. You hear gunshots, like maybe 4 or 5 shots. But then you hear more gunshots coming from Kyle. Clearly hear what sounds like, a small arms fire compared to, rifles. Pistols, rifles. So, Kyle thinks he's being shot at, which he probably was, and most likely were, shot at this pedophile. Striking him one time. And by strike, all it did was graze his head. That's not the shot that killed him. What killed him was the person behind him wearing the blue shirt shot him in the back multiple times, one going through his pelvis, like severing a bunch of shit in his body. And when Kyle fired upon him, it grazed his head. Because I've seen gunshot wounds from rifles. The exit wound is not clean. The entrance wound tends to be moderate. Tends to not have a big old fucking hole. It's usually, especially 5.56, you're probably looking about a hole. I don't know if you can see that well. Like maybe that big. Maybe. It's a glorified 22 caliber. It's a 223 round. 5.56, whichever you prefer to call it by. That's what it is. It's a glorified 22. It's going to have a clean impact, and then the exit wound is going to be a lot worse. In the video, you see the clear grazing, but you don't see an exit wound. Okay. And the coroner's office also said that the morgue people, whatever, also said it wasn't what killed him. So let's get that so-called murder off the case. That wasn't Kyle. Next, he's running away, thinking he killed somebody, which, when he was trying to offer him first aid after the shooting, a crowd started to come after him. He picks up his phone, he calls his friend, and says, I just killed somebody, and then was running to the police to turn himself in. It's obvious by the videos. So as he's running, people are trying to take swings at him. They're throwing stuff at him, and he falls. When he falls, a man, I don't know his name, came up with a skateboard, struck him in the shoulder, neck, and head area. Now people might think, oh, skateboards aren't lethal weapons. Actually, there was a murder recently that someone used a skateboard to kill them. Struck them on the head, cracking their skull. Now, I'm not going to link anything because there's so many. You can just look up, man used a skateboard to kill. Easy. Or skateboard murderer. skateboard murders. Something like that. Back to what I was saying. Got struck shoulder, neck, head. Clear as day. Pictures, video. He took a single shot, shot him in the chest. From what I heard, it collapsed his lung. It destroyed his heart. I'm not sure if there was an exit wound or not. I'm not sure if it went through him all the way. But definitely did major damage. And he was dead within 10 seconds. You could see him walk away, collapse, and then fall. He's pretty much instantly dead. There's no saving him from that. So, the next shooting. You got a man with a handgun. A known felon. Unable to own a firearm. Illegally carrying the firearm. It was a Glock 9mm. Now Glocks, depending on if you're a fanboy or not, I think they're decent. They're cheap. They're polymer. Whatever. I don't care. I have my own guns. But you see him pointing the gun at Kyle. Kyle raises his rifle and he backs off. He puts his hands up, backs away. But as soon as he turns his head to make sure his coast is clear so he can run towards the police, you see this felon move his gun again, put it right in Kyle's face. From there, could easily shot him, easily killed him. So Kyle did what he had to do. He raised his rifle and shot as quickly as he could, striking him one time, blowing off his bicep. And in later photos, especially the videos, you hear him screaming, "Medic, medic, medic, I need you," while he's holding a handgun and his hands like this. Like, yeah, your bicep gone, hand like this, you got no control. Ultimately, that was self-defense. Kyle let him back up, let him surrender, but what happened? He tried to shoot him again. So, self-defense once again. Later in the hospital, there's a picture of him taking his friend, and his friend even confirmed that his regret, this felon's regret, was, well, the only regret he had was not killing Kyle. He had every reason to kill Kyle. He wanted to kill him. It wasn't self-defense. He wanted to kill him. You cannot claim self-defense when you're committing a felony crime. But guess what? Felony possession of a firearm, or felon in possession of a firearm, is a felony. Negates the thing. You are assaulting somebody with that firearm by brandishing it, by pointing it. Rest my case right there. You committed felony assault. When you brandish a weapon, you threaten people with it, you point it at them, they charge you with assault. End of story. So, you see Kyle get back up after shooting the felon, running to the police. He has his hands up. He's surrendering to them. Notice what I'm saying there? If you surrender to the police, if you keep your weapon down, you surrender, you stay right where you are, or if they order you come close, you surrender, you listen to them. You won't die. I can't believe I have to tell people that. Like, don't be like Jacob Blake, which, reaching for a knife, confirmed reaching for a knife in his car, was shot a bunch of times in his back and paralyzed. He deserved it. End of story. But surrendered. The police let him go. Probably didn't really understand what happened. Told him to go home. Arrest warrant was filed for Kyle. And you know what he did? Turned himself in. Like he should have. So let's get into more nitty gritty of that. People saying, oh, minor possession of a firearm, transporting a firearm across state lines. Cross state lines, not illegal, not at all. Minor possession of a firearm, that could be disputed. Because in Wisconsin, there's laws where, people under above the age of 15 or 16, but not 18, can open carry a rifle or shotgun. Now they say that's for hunting purposes, but they're gonna try to use that, because it doesn't really make clear about it. So could be a loophole for that. And if he does get convicted of that, guess what? It's a Class A misdemeanor, not a felony. Sure, he might have problems in different states buying a firearm with a Class A felony. Up to 1 year, I think, or when you're over in jail or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's the most they can probably get him on. Murder charges, out. Transporting a firearm from a different state is out. Because that was his friend's gun. His friend lived in Wisconsin, therefore the rifle never left. Oh, he traveled to a different state. It's like a 20, 30, maybe 40-minute drive from where he lived. It's the closest city where he had a job, where he was earlier scrubbing graffiti off of a school. So yeah, self-defense. One more thing. When people bring up the past, what I said was felon in possession of a firearm. Yes, I'm bringing up the guy's past because that pertains to the crime. I saw a video of Kyle Rittenhouse getting a fight with some chick. Everybody call him a woman beater, but if you watch the video, she clearly hits him first. He's defending himself. Guess what? I believe in equal rights and left. You put your hands on me, I'm going to strike you back. I'm not advocating for violence, but if I'm assaulted, I will defend myself. As anybody else should. Male or female. Anyways, I will let you know when we have more info. His lawyers release a statement. Maybe I'll read that out. You can easily look it up. He has a legal fund going on. So, we shall see where this goes. I guarantee you that the charges for murder will be dropped. Not sure about the felony. The minor possession of a dangerous weapon, I think, is the actual term for that. I'm not sure about that one, but everything else will be dropped. I know he'll be set free soon or spend very little time in jail. This is Russian-born American, and you have a good American day.